welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're working on starting our first crop cutting of hay. So I'm just working on merging the first field that we're gonna try chopping here. So they chopped the outside headland off to have a load of feed in the bunker, so that way they can get the plastic and stuff put on the side of the walls. Otherwise, once they get the plastic on, they're gonna follow right behind me and start chopping. We got about 100 acres of hay that's cut down that can be chopped yet today. So if all things go well, we should be able to get 100 acres done today. So my brother took over for me, run the merger. So right now we're chopping right down the road. We are right there. And so he came and took over me because they were done putting the plastic on the wall. And if you're a little confused by what I mean by that, basically what we call this is a bunker right here. And so you put the feed in between two concrete walls on the side, and then we have this plastic. So put the plastic over the wall like this for now. It's on the other side. And once you get this full, you just bring the plastic over it and it covers the feed, so that way there's no air and it stays dry and stuff. So that's what they had to do. They had to get the plastic on the walls quick, and now we're set to go chopping. So that's the next day now. We ended up only chopping a few loads. The hay was a little too wet. The field was cut in different times, but like everything this way was cut 2 days ago, and then it got misted on, and everything over here was cut just yesterday. And especially for first crop, since it's so thick, cutting it and trying to chop it the same day doesn't really normally end up working. So this stuff we're gonna leave here for now. We're gonna chop it later today, hopefully. Then we got another field that's got a little bit thinner of hay that was cut yesterday that I'm gonna go try to merge that. That should be hopefully all right. So we'll get that 40 acres done, and there's like another 20-acre field that's over that direction. Then we're gonna come back over here hopefully and be able to finish this. So I just got the headlands done. So this field's been in hay for probably 4 to 5 years now, somewhere in that range. So the bottom of the hills, there's pretty steep hills, but the bottom of the hills are getting pretty grassy. The middle of the field, top of the hill actually isn't too bad yet, so especially first crop, it don't look too bad. But as the year goes on, some of this might get a little grassy and stuff. So that's why we're hoping that this stuff will be able to be good to go, where we can chop this and not have any problems like over back by the farm where we started yesterday. So I've been merging for a little over an hour here, and I'm just about done with this field. I got a couple more rounds, and they just started chopping. They're down there doing the headlands right now. So I'm not sure how many trucks they got going. You got the one here for now, but this stuff they'll probably be able to fly through it. The windrows aren't the thickest and stuff, so like I said, they'll probably catch up to me. But I have that other field that we were in yesterday has a bunch merged, so as long as I can get out of this field without them catching up, I should be all right. So we're back in the field that we started in yesterday. So I stopped for a little bit, so I got a bit of a head start in this field on me, but they're down there chopping right now. We're just running 2 trucks, but since we're right next to the farm, it ain't too bad. So I'm gonna get back to merging here. So just working, unfolding this and stuff, and get this field done here, and then we have one more field that is cut and should be ready to go for a day, and then the rest will probably end up having to wait till tomorrow. So I'm getting about halfway down the field now, and so the hay I'm merging right now is 2nd-year-old hay. So this is like really good stuff. If I show you here, the windrow is very big, so that's good. That means we're gonna have quite a bit of loads coming off here. So like I said, a couple rows that way and over to basically where the road is over there. It's all new seating last year, so this should be some of the best hay we'll probably chop all year here. And if you guys were wondering, kind of in the middle of the field here, you might have been able to see it before. There's different color and look a little thinner in the middle of the field there. We had some ground out stuff last year when we were having issues with tile line. So I reseeded that a couple months ago in a video. So that's why it looks a little bit thinner, but it looks like it's starting to grow back pretty good, where my next crop maybe it should fit right in with the rest of the field. So my brother took over for me merging down there, and I'm gonna come up here and run a second packing tractor in our bunker. So since we're chopping so close to the farm here, we're having the person, my uncle, who's packing, is having a hard time keeping up with the bunker. So when you're packing stuff, what you want to do is obviously you got to push the feet up the bunker so that way it's leveling out and stuff. But you also want to pack it down and keep it so the air is out of the feed. And when you're constantly trying to have to keep up with trucks that are coming back really quick, you can't really pack it down. So you'll have a lot of air in the feed. So we're just going to run our 60-30 here to help pack. And I know a lot of people like to hate on John Deere 60-30s, but this is a pretty good job for this, considering it has wheel weights inside and out, and it's got fluid in the tires, and 60-30s in general are just heavy tractors. So we're gonna go do this for a little bit, and then I might have to take over for Duke Bergen once we get to a new field. So I just got to what's going to end up being the last field for today. Got the headlands done, and I'm just working on driving over to the other side of the field. I'm going to start on the bottom side of this hill on the other side stuff. So this will be a pretty decent hay too, so we might not even finish it before the dew comes out and gets the hay wet, where it's not going to end up going, but we'll at least get half of it started, so that way we have a decent amount done, so we can get a couple other fields that are over here. We got one more field that's up just a ways over there, and then there's a few that's that way up this road a little ways. So probably got about 50-60 acres, not including this field that we have to chop over here, and then we got probably 50 more acres that are a little bit of a hike away from the farm that we'll probably end up doing Tuesday. Hopefully, the day is Sunday, so what we got over here will probably take most of Monday up, and then we don't have anything cut in the last couple fields yet, so I will have to drive for a day or two. Got the rest of this field merged here, and there's not too much left from the chop, but sun's going down, the dew's come out, so it was definitely a little bit of a struggle to get this field even finished. So we'll be calling it quits here for the day, but we got a lot of acres chopped, and there was quite a bit of hay out in a lot of these fields, so can't really complain too much. So probably end the video here, and then we'll do one more video for the rest of the first crop here. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.